Here are your Court News Ohio top stories in 5 minutes.
There were 77 municipal court judgeships up for grabs in the November 5th general election, but 61 of those were uncontested. Out of the 16 contested judgeships, one incumbent lost by just 16 votes. John Oldham, a magistrate and judicial attorney in Summit County Probate Court, defeated Akron Municipal Court Judge Katarina Cook, according to unofficial results. Given the margin of victory out of the total number of votes cast, the race will likely be subject to an automatic recount, according to the state elections law. Oakwood Municipal Court claimed the most competitive race in the state, with 8 candidates vying to replace retiring Judge Robert Deddens. Margaret Quinn won, receiving more than 700 votes out of the 3,000-plus votes cast. Judge Mark Repp officially becomes the first judge to preside over the consolidated Tiffin-Fostoria Municipal Court. He was unopposed in the November 5th election. The governor signed legislation earlier this year that combined the two courts. 2 Lansingers will continue to serve on the bench in Ohio after Judge Joshua Lansinger's victory in the Toledo Municipal Court contest. He is the son of Ohio Supreme Court Justice Judith Ann Lansinger. Governor John Kasich appointed Judge Lansinger to the municipal court on September 11th. All judges in Ohio are elected to 6-year terms.
As an investigative reporter for WBNS-TV in Columbus by day and a law student by night, Paul Aker has had his work cut out for him during the past 4 years. His fate from all that hard work would be decided by the July bar admissions test. Aker was always fascinated by law, and as an investigative reporter, he knew having a law degree would come in handy. He took a month sabbatical from reporting to concentrate on studying for the bar.
As an investigative reporter, a lot of times we get into legal issues, what should we report, what shouldn't we, things like that. So that kind of background is tremendously helpful. I hope that I'll be a resource in the station.
After all those years in law school and all those hours studying for the bar examination, Aker felt relief after taking the 2.5-day test in July. But he'd still have to wait 3 more months to find out if he passed the bar exam. On October 25th, Aker and his wife, Sahar, came to the Thomas J. Moyer Ohio Judicial Center to find out if he was one of the 1,034 applicants who passed the exam.
I'm very nervous. I'm glad you found it because I was not seeing it.
You didn't see it?
Really relieved more than anything. I mean, the last time you talked to me, I felt pretty confident, and I was confident. I think 3 months of dwelling on one afternoon in my case, one section of the test, is enough to rattle your confidence. So when I finally saw my name on the list and I had to scan a little bit, I was tremendously relieved.
On November 4th, Aker's journey and sacrifice seemed worth it as he walked across the stage to receive his law license.
There was a second before I walked up that I kind of looked up and looked around and said, wow, this is real. Finally here, I actually made it. It's a lifetime dream that's really come true today, so it's a wonderful feeling.
Aker plans to open up his own law practice, specializing in civil litigation, as soon as possible while continuing to work at WBNS-TV.
Football Saturday in Columbus usually means tens of thousands of Buckeye fans descending on the Ohio State University campus. Law enforcement makes its presence known among the Scarlet and Gray faithful.
Every game day, we're out here ensuring that there is compliance with the Ohio Revised Code related to underage drinking, underage consumption.
Working with Major James Gilbert in the Franklin County Sheriff's Office on the heightened enforcement called STOP are the Columbus and Ohio State Police Departments and the Ohio Department of Public Safety. A unique aspect of the effort is the Franklin County Municipal Court's mobile location on Lane Avenue, as Clerk of Courts Lori Tyak and her staff work on site to process the 50 to 60 arrests on an average game day.
It helps with public safety by being down here and allowing the officer to process the paperwork necessary for the court, and also to get back out on the street as fast as possible.
The defendants will have to make a court appearance to answer for their game day transgressions, many of them alcohol-related.
They're assigned a date to come in. They're usually summoned to come into court, and then they're arraigned at municipal court.
The municipal court, working with law enforcement, helps keep game day safe.
That's a look at Court News Ohio's top stories. Visit courtnewsohio.gov for the latest headlines on Ohio's courts. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.